for our first trip to Deception Pass, Washington, and it's around 90 miles from my place, so I'm thinking about completing somewhere 180 to 100 miles today. And this is the first trip on Tesla. As you can see, we are currently on autopilot, and I charged my battery to 90% prior to driving here, so it was at 310. But given it's quite cold, so I'm not expecting the battery, what do you say, mileage to be as precise. But let's see. Here is the car chiming me to touch or do something for the autopilot. So let's see here what we have. So we have a 270 mile range, and currently we are running on autopilot. How does it work? You tap this lever twice down, which is currently in that state, and you see that this steering wheel turns blue, which means it's on autopilot, and also these two, the lane boundaries are highlighted in blue. This is the speed which you can control from this fob. So if you turn this fob down, you move it down by 1, and if you turn this fob down all the way, and let me just pick it up all the way, so it will increase that by 5. See this? Actually it went for 3, but if you make an entire a big scroll movement, then it will change by 5. So this is it, and every once in a while the screen will chime or point you to touch the steering wheel or do some movement. So you have two options here. You can either press and hold the steering wheel, but then it can detect it, or maybe not. The quicker way is to just turn this fob a little up or a little down. That will take care of that warning, and you can proceed with the autopilot. And just to tell you guys, this is not full self-driving, so I don't have the capability of changing lane when I'm in autopilot. So it's just one lane driving, but that's also pretty insane. So autopiloting in this insane weather, I can barely see whether it will break out of the rain, but autopilot is kind of behaving itself very nicely. I'm back. The trip is done, and it's time to reflect back on what range I have left. And just before you dive into this, range anxiety is real. There you go. So I have driven for a total of 188.6 miles on an average of 265 watt hours per mile, and which is higher than what normally it should be to get optimum mileage out of your battery. And in terms of battery, I just have 61 miles left. And when I switched to park right now, it showed me this warning saying that if it gets even more colder than that, then who knows what. So yes, this is real. So I think this is kind of the most I will stretch. I think if you're comfortable, you can treat these 61 miles to be somewhere around 40 miles to be exact. So that will bring your range around to 228.6. So I think that's the real range, and not the 310 that you see on the very morning. So keep in mind, if it's cold, it's gonna drain your battery a lot faster. And thanks for being. This has been my first trip with Tesla.